introduction. Hi, I'm Abe Peck, Executive Editor of Inside Unmanned Systems, and we're here with two folks. We're here with Yura, Lazebnikov, and Andrei, Komarovsky, and they are from Culver, but they have an interesting product called Manateer. So we're going to talk a little bit about Culver Aviation, and then we'll talk a little bit about Manateer as a solution. So tell us a little bit about the company, and then we'll go into the product.
Sure. Thank you for the invitation. Culver Aviation, it's our company, was founded more than 10 years ago in Ukraine. We have Ukrainian roots, and we started like a group of engineers who had passion to aviation and create some new product that will change the world, or at least, to make something better than it already existed. And we started to produce our first aircraft. It's called Patriot, and we got first contract. We started to earn money. Then we switched to another one. We developed a new UAV. It's called Skiff, and we can still produce Skiffs in Ukraine. And we have,
so interesting.
Yeah, a lot of aircraft in production right now. It's even more than 100 items now in production in Ukraine. And in the end of the story, finally, we've got an idea that we really wanted to change the industry. And what it irritates us mostly, it's limits in the UAV industries, that we can improve the specs of aircraft maybe 3-4 times. We can hold our aircraft in the air 4 hours instead of 2, or maybe extended to 8, but it still will be limits for our clients. And we came up with the idea with Manateer infrastructure drone system. What Manateer is, it's a system that allows our clients focus only on their needs and only their missions, and don't know nothing about aircraft, batteries, cameras, wings, and etc. Manateer consists of some amount of platforms. Each platform includes 6 aircraft. It's a cluster of 6 aircraft inside the container with different type of payloads, and it's absolutely autonomous. And you just need to draw the route on your device, doesn't matter, personal computer, iPad or smartphone, and start your mission. Usually it takes 3 minutes from you will push the button, start the mission, initiate it, and you will get the live broadcast from the aircraft. You can cover any scale of territory with 1, 2, 3, 5 platforms. We have roaming between platforms. We can exchange drones seamless. If one drone will get the battery drain, we will change it on the fresh one, and you will not feel any interruption in your mission. It's how the Manateer works. It's what is the main idea, to get rid of all limits that our clients have when they usually set up any kind of mission to observe, video surveillance, a survey. You can do anything 24/7 with Manateer infrastructure because you are absolutely independent from the specs.
Right, and this is a proprietary drone, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely developed, built in-house in Culver Aviation. From the scratch.
But it has 6 payload types.
Yeah. 6 different payloads, and we can attach your payload if you need, the weight up to 2.5 pounds.
Oh, okay. And so what's the current status of it now?
We started the launch program to the market in May. This exhibition is the first public event. You can touch it, you can see it, and get some public information about Manateer. And I hope next year we will have our first set-up project in Ukraine, maybe in few other European countries. We're thinking over to open assembling facility in the United States to move it forward here as fast as possible.
I mean, to me, I'm still amazed that you're able to produce at Kyiv, as an old airplane guy, I was pained when the AN-225 was damaged, As some people may know, Ukraine was a big airplane manufacturer back in the days of the Soviet Union, and thankfully you're able to continue manufacturing there. The idea is that the coverage would be essentially seamless. You could, one lands, you change the battery, another one takes off, and in the interim, and
Right.
you're just extending. You're extending as you go.
Yeah.
And,
you don't have to hire any pilots. You don't
it's
have
one operator.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
you just have one operator and the screen. Yeah, and this operator, without no any piloting skill, you just have to focus on what you need, what you want to get from this aircraft in the air, and a lot of companies. In any industry need these services, but it's so complicated for now. Yeah, to hire someone or use some outsourced stuff
right.
to cover some part of territory or follow different type of objects. With Manateer, you can share your infrastructure. If you will invest in Manateer, you can sell it like a service. We will sell it even like a service for our clients. If you don't have a significant amount of money to set up your own infrastructure, you can use our own. And no special skills, no limits, and just focus on your main goals.
Great.
It's the philosophy of Manateer.
And the payload types, those 6 payload types, do you manufacture those, or are they?
No, we use the best solution from the market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So people.
It's about camera, thermal sensors.
Right.
And etc.
Yeah. A multispectral.
Yeah,
thing,
sure.
Yeah. So so people want to pay attention to that. They can pitch you, right?
Yeah.
So give me a couple of examples of where you would see the use cases for it.
Well, if we talk about the potential applications, there are of course immense, but we're trying to focus on the government sector and the private sector, of course, and from within these two sectors, we're thinking more of the border control applications, homeland security, maybe penitentiary system.
Natural disasters.
Natural disasters, disaster preventions, and as far as the commercial sector, utilities, obviously road infrastructure.
So let's talk a bit about security, because that's a concentration that we're working on. What makes this solution applicable to any of the security situations, or all of the security situations you just mentioned?
Well, first of all, it is the solution. It is not the product that you need to be maintaining continuously. It is the solution that you just install wherever you see it fit, and you forget about it. It is absolutely hassle-free, absolutely 100% hassle-free. And like Yura just said, if you have several units, several containers installed, you can cover the area which will be double, triple, 10 times the area that you can cover with a standard UAV.
So you're the wall.
And exactly. And in a very unlikely situation, if one drone fails, the other one can pick up the mission. This is very critical to the government sector, to the defense sector. Of course, you just can't afford to have 1 or 2 UAVs on the ground. You need to have many, but they need to work as a chain, as a network.
Yes, right.
And that's key.
And especially if you have super long size objects like oil and gas pipelines,
Well, huge
highways,
fields,
huge
areas
fields.
to cover.
You just have to set up the Manateer infrastructure alongside this object, and you will control it with no any man in the field. You will get 24/7 live broadcast to control some leaks, some accidents, etc. And doesn't matter the amount of miles you have. You just have to put infrastructure of Manateers there. It's like Manateer, like I told you, it sees the Earth, and you will see the Earth.
And let me ask you just a little bit more about the security applications. So you mentioned penitentiaries,
Right? Border control.
So
Border control.
penitentiary. What would that? What would
Prisons.
So what would that
Prisons.
be in a penitentiary? That it could see the whole space.
Yeah. You need to control the perimeter, of course, 24/7, and on top of that, you don't need to have any people on the ground to maintain the system. This is extremely important for government buyers.
Right. And border control kind of talked about. And you mentioned another one, I believe, or was
border control, DoD, different applications from the DoD sector. But to be absolutely clear, we have not launched any cases here on the ground. Those are our thoughts, our potential applications based on what we've seen happening in Ukraine.
Great. And so, anything you want to add?
Yura, go ahead.
Just asking the question what you need to know.
Hopefully people can find you here. What's your booth number here? Because we're still going.
331.
331 if you're at the show. Otherwise, look for us on our website or their website eventually, and on YouTube. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having us here.
Right, of course. Right.